Now that I figured out what the hell it was that was causing it. Bloody boys. Capture card for his Switch. Video cable B. Right. The sound mixer options. Okay. Let's just join the game, connect to the IP. Right, can you still hear me all right, Doddy? He might be away from the computer. Attempt number 3. Yeah, so I noticed first of all something flashing in the audio settings for 7 days. Sorry. And it was going back and forward trying to change devices. That's odd. And when I then went in to restart the PC, loaded it up, I noticed all the icons in the system tray were all flashing as if there was something else trying to load in. So it's like, oh, that's odd. And that eventually made out that it was like the USB plug-in message that was coming up. What the hell that could be? And I went into my sound settings and I noticed that the sound driver, the sound device that is trying to connect to, was flashing and wouldn't let me change it. At that point I realized that there was still one plugged in, which was the capture card. I've unplugged the capture card, everything stopped flashing. Oh god, there's a few zombies here. Okay, right, we're straight back into it.
Get that far.
Come here, nurse. You're down. Just this big dude left.
Yeah.
Come here, stop beating up our house. Come here, Lois. That's it, they're all dead. Hello! I'll pick up anything decent out of that. Okay, use that. Primitive armor quality 2. Okay. Could do with going and doing some jobs. He's not here at the minute. How the hell have they taken out that bit up there? No more holes in the house. Okay, let's sure I made up a load of bandages before. So they dropped them upstairs. Okay, that seems to stop the in-game lag as well. That would explain that. Bandages. Right. Take those. Put the water onto there. Put the lockpicks onto there. Right. Drop that. that. Take the food, that. Oh, golden tea. Nice. Swap that out. Drop that, drop that. Drop that, drop that. Okay. Right. We appear to be working again. If anybody is still with us. If he's not, I don't really blame you after tonight's fiasco. Hopefully Doddy can hear me. Got it. Hello. Okay, with a reset battery. Oh, let's get the important stuff sorted. Sounds like Doddy's got a duck in his house.
Oh, mate.
Hi,
That's nice.
I am back.
Hi.
I fixed my problem. I found out what it was.
What was it?
It was the voice capture card. It wasn't being identified as a USB device, so it kept on unplugging and plugging itself in again. And because it's classed as an audio device, it was switching between it all the time. So it was seeing it for a second and switching it on and then connecting and disconnecting from it. I'm going to take that torch with us.
Oh, fucking hell.
Right, grab some...
Do we need a cooking pot for anything? 'Cause I got one.
No, we're okay for a cooking pot.
Oh, like, fuck you then.
Take it with us, we could sell it at the trader.
Too late, I've scrapped it.
Fair enough, I'll take the bits for it. Grab yourself some food and drink out the cupboards if you haven't got any. And
I've got a drink and I've got a tin of sham and some pumpkins. I'm good. In fact, I'm going to shove a pumpkin in your face now.
if you say so, I'm taking 5 charred meat with me. I think we should go to the trader and I think we should do some tasks. Start with your missions.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I noticed that something kept on flashing on and off in the system tree. And I eventually saw what it was. It was the USB connection disconnection icon. And then when I went into the
Probably why our
cells...
game was spazzing out.
Yep, and I noticed inside the audio settings for the game, it was constantly switching the input device every second. And one of the things it was switching it to was the USB video capture card. And then when I went into control panel and into device manager, I could see it switching on, switching off, switching on, switching off. I was like, right, let's unplug that. Oh, it's switched off. Oh, it's not come back on again. Oh, everything stopped spazzing out. So I might have to reinstall the drivers for that. Right, what jobs has he got?
Oh, look who's... Well, good luck.
Can I accept several at once? No, you can't.
All tier 1s, clear zombies, or buried supplies.
Right, I've taken the buried supplies as well.
I'll take a buried supplies.
You should be able to see mine as well.
I can.
Which way we're going? This way?
Hold on a minute. Yep.
Look. Yeah, them hellhounds are a bitch, aren't they? Fucking hell.
If you see any animals, kill them and let me skin them. I need to harvest 10 meat.
Uh-huh. I must have put about 20 arrows into that bloody hellhound. And you put several bullets into it as well.
I'll put 11762 into it.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to fighting those.
Are they new, are
No, I just don't think that we've encountered them very much previously. I have seen them before. Take that. Ooh, piece of candy.
Oh, there's animals around here somewhere. There's a chicken.
Oh, there's a farm. There's a farm you're there. There's going to be boar.
Shh. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. I'll get the bow and arrow out. Shh.
Thump.
I am such a shit shot with this bow and arrow.
Oh, come on, I hit that cunt. What's this chicken made out of? Don't say chicken. Oh, we're gone. Now we've got 10.
Buckark.
Right.
I've got a hole to dig just over here.
Okie dokie.
There it is. Diggy hole. I'll make sure you can dig a way back up.
There it is. Uh-oh.
Just two of them. Okay, there's 3 of them. Okay, there's 4 of them. Oh, these guys are tough. These guys take a bit of hits. Stab him in the neck. Right, so I think I still need to keep on digging to get my treasure, so hang on. I just need to get this. Get the stash. Done. Oh, great. Is that another
So was
one?
that?
That's more zombies. XP!
Where are you? Why can't I see you? Oh, there you are.
Oh! His arm fell off. Hey, mate. I wish you could stamp on their heads when they fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Right, to the trailer.
Right, 800. No, 800 meters.
Oh
this
yes,
way.
we've got another one to do. See if we can smash 2 out. At my age, I'm lucky if we can smash 1 out. Might not get back to the traders in time before he closes, but that's not a problem. Ooh, pickup truck. Search this. Ah, repair kits. Nice. Right. Over this way, he's over to the northwest.
Yeah. You put a hardener and that in it. That doesn't thicken it up as such, it just goes hard. It's weird.
You're talking about some sort of epoxy resin or something, are you?
Paint. Car paint.
Huh.
And it's just what that's nothing. Is it normally that watery?
How far is it to this one?
300 meters.
Okay, so it's not far from the house.
That's a lot of paint.
All right.
You just see what colour he gets like. I think Cadbury's purple, isn't it?
Penis purple.
Yes.
Oh god, I thought my leg was going to break then.
Sorry.
That's right. Hit me with the shovel, why don't you? I'll tell you what, I'll dig us a way out. Oh, zombies.
Oh god. Ow.
Okay, that's them dead. Where's that one? There he is. Huh. 2 hits.
There it is.
Here comes the horde.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got my treasure as well.
Oh, I'm out with stamina.
One shot. Quick, we might get back to the trader. I think he closes at 10. Yeah, if he closes at 10, we'll make it back to him. Loot, 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 loot. Is the door still open? Gates are open. Yes, he's still here.
If fucking you think you're pretty smart now, don't
Okay,
you?
let's see. What can I take?
Hey,
Pink.
Einstein.
God, he doesn't. I'm going to take the 9mm ammo.
I'm taking the
and
7.62.
the craft and skill magazine bundle.
But any more jobs over here or not?
No, because he's going to be closing in a minute. Read my magazines. Got some coinage off that anyway.
Yeah, 500.
Yeah, so did I.
Hmm.
Right, I'm going to get
Nice
back
car.
before
Tomato.
this dog.
Yeah.
Right, grab some of that stone that's in the house and
Oh, it's metallic, that's why. Well, pearlescent. Better with a fucking lacquer on it, like.
do I need to get to the workbench? Okay, so all the holes are filled in.
Yeah, I filled the holes in.
Let's see, what do I need to get to the workbench? Let's have a
I need to
look.
craft a campfire.
Right, workbench. Level 10 in the workstations. He has 2 skill points available. Can't get anything on that yet. Healing factor. Let's take that. Iron gut. Let's take a point in that as well. Let's see, what else have I got? Let's see, challenges. Nothing to claim on challenges. Okay, workbench. What did that say I needed to do? Level 10 in stations. Okay. Which books do I need for that? Forge ahead. Boost loot adds advanced engineering. So that's going to be forge ahead books. That's the same tier for the Jew collector. Some of those. Take 5 of them.
Have we got a workbench yet, have we?
No, we've got to get to level 10 on their workbenches. So you need forge ahead books. So we might have to go and do something where we're going to get some books. Actually, no, I won't do that. I'll pick up that wood. No, I didn't. Right. Let's pick up that wood. Have you made the door yet?
Yes.
Cool. I don't need that many. Right, so let's go with 50. Up onto the roof. I can't reach from that.
Oh.
Wait.
Hmm. Oh.
Oh, crap. Okay. Okay, so that's what that means. Right. So, if I take... corner out with there, should be able to build onto there and use that as a structure. That was the wrong bit to take out. Okay, looks like I'm remodeling the house.
Well, I need one more workstations book and I can get the Jew collector.
Yeah, same here. That's dew, as in DEW, by the way. The other one is something completely different. Oh, bollocks, haven't got any stone on me. Fuck a duck. Oh, I've fallen.
And I can't get up.
Luckily I can. I didn't break anything. But I am hungry. Eat charred meat challenge is complete. Great.
Yeah, I need one more charred meat, so I'm gonna go on.
There's some in the cupboard.
Oh, right.
Okay, let's have a look at the challenges then. Do I get anything for it? XP. Okay, so that's a little bit of a balcony made anyway.
I know. Nice, wouldn't it?
Yes. Oh shit, he's got it back up. Sorry, I shot him in the arse. That was a level up. Okay. Skill points. I have 1 skill point. Could go with strength. Go on, let's go with strength. Buy that. Let's grab a bit more wood. Let's make another 30 blocks. Oh, it's you chopping down the tree. I was just about to shoot you.
Charming.
Oh, I could see it's just something in the distance, lurking next to a tree. Oh, what the hell's in here? Oh, nothing. Take this corner here away. Is that going to provide part of the structure for me to put this block onto? No. Although, that might be a corner, actually. Seems to be. Hey, Freya. Figured out what the issue was. It was switching audio devices on us because I had a USB capture card, video capture card, that's also an audio source plugged in, and it kept on disconnecting and reconnecting, and it was switching that as my audio source all the time. It was also doing it in game, constantly switching in game, so that was causing the lag. So I'm blaming the boy because it's his capture device for his Switch. Now I know.
The more you know.
The more I know. Yep. Family stream fault. I'll have to have a look at it tomorrow, probably uninstall and reinstall the drivers in it, because you'll probably be wanting to stream at some point tomorrow, either before or after the Grand Prix. Okay, so it's a little walkway made around part of the house. What's that? Okay. Ah, zombie. Oh no, it's Duddy. Put the arrows away. There's only been one zombie out tonight. Your parents are watching the next movie. The lassie couldn't find any clean t-shirts today, so she put on a Christmas one. She didn't even try looking. She just found that as the first one, went, I'm wearing that Christmas top. So they've been to see a grandma who's suffering from a form of dementia with a Christmas top on. I bet that really confused her. Oop. Okay, let's craft another 30 of those. Got it. Oh, I've fallen off the roof again. I've rod hulled it. take this bit of roof out, use this as an anchor point. Take that bit out as well. I think come Horde night, we'll just like sit up on here and put a load of spike traps down. So this is all stuff we can do in the evening and then at night time, and then during the day we can go out and get shit done. Right, and what do I need? Drink. Okay. Shall we go do some more trader missions, see if we can get some decent stuff.
No, I'm probably gonna be heading off soon. I'm fucking knackered.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I didn't really have much of a nap.
Didn't have much of a nap.
No. I've been up since like 5:15.
Fairs. See, I want this.
Normally I have a nap when I get in from work, but I didn't really have much of one.
Do you have much on today?
Yeah, it's been fucking chocker.
Champion.
Didn't get finished till fucking 1 o'clock.
Brilliant.
No. Means I've got a track run. They want a truck on Monday and caliper slides, discs on pads, and another one.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then a 3-axle relay and a trailer.
Wait, at least your new jobs, your new trade's going to have plenty of work to keep you busy by the sound of it.
Well, a 3-axle relay's a 9-hour job, so that's a full day.
Yep.
They might not need discs this other one. It depends on if, because according to the dashboard, the pads are down on 19%, but the slides are stuck, so it's wearing uneven. If it's down to the metal on one side, the disc's fucked. Then I'm gonna have to put discs on it. So that's probably a good 3 hours, give or take. Track run end, all depends if it comes off easy enough.
Yeah.
Could be a fucking an hour's job, could be a fucking 2-hour job.
Okay, we can now get all the way around the side of the house. Gonna have to take this bit out so I can get some blocks down. That bit there needs to come out. this axe is about to break, isn't it? Stone anywhere. There we go.
Right, fuck it. I'm gonna leave that there.
Right.
I've got no in my inventory that isn't need. No.
That's alright. I'm probably not going to be back on this until either you're next about or Kieran's not going to be about until middle of the week anyway. So I just thought if I've got it up, it's there. If there's not everyone's about at night and people want stuff to play, that play this.
Yep. That's the only
It's
reason
there.
I fucking messaged you.
Yep, it's there. It's ready to go. We've got something to do.
DLC. Armor sets.
Yeah, it looks like skins.
Does.
So that's the sign to me that this game is more or less completed now. Not only is it in version 2 with the full launch, but they've actually got DLC in it as well.
It's just cosmetic shade in it.
Yeah, but you don't tend to get that. Well, they never had this in beforehand. It's about £7, I think Kieran's in. I'm not interested in this.
Oh, no.
There's new stuff to get in here.
New stuff. Who this?
As in, yeah, new like armor skins and specialist armor for certain different tiers that you do. Right. A little bit more. Oh, damn it, wrong block shape. Oh god, I'm hungry again. Eat some more lovely charred meat. Now I'm thirsty. Because the charred meat dehydrates you.
Right, anyway, I'll catch you later.
Right, catch you later, Duddy. Right, I'm going to start wrapping up this stream as well in a minute, seeing that there's no one about. At least I know what the issue is that's causing the sound problems if this ever happens again. Don't want to do too much and waste an entire day when it's just me on the server. I'd rather wait to either Kieran and or Doddy's back on to do some more of this. So let's just get these blocks in first of all, get this leveled out. So we've died a lot tonight to our first encounter with that great big doggo. That was fun. We didn't actually kill it in the end. I just managed to lead it far enough away from the base for it to despawn. So we cheated there. for it. Maybe not despawn, but to at least move on to annoy someone else. We've done a couple of missions, got some tokens, leveled up a bit, and perhaps most importantly, started to build defences for the house. You're looking, probably thinking, well, what defences are they built? At the minute, we have got a balcony, which will help us with our ranged weapons, so we could sit up as AP and just start to shoot stuff. This is tend to be how most of my bases start. There are cheesy ways where you can like build a specific code base and build it in a certain way where they filter all through one point and you just cause like a log jam, but I don't like doing that. I like to take over a property and then secure it. But the thing with this is that we are probably going to be moving on from one property to another property and doing the same again as the game progresses, as we move from one area to the other area, because of how the game now works. So we'll basically do a load of missions, open up different areas, level ourselves up to a level where we can survive in the next territory, the next zone, move into there, take over a place, do it up, protect it on the Horde Knights, level up the armour, level up weapons, clear out that zone, and then move on to the next, and so on and so on. I'm going to drop Kieran a message, find out if he was on the server, if I need to switch it off or something. Might actually be able to tell from the server logs if he's been on it. If he's been on it, that's absolutely fine. I don't. But he's advanced quite a bit in terms of the days. It would have been nice for him just to hang about and wait for the Horde Night with us, but it might not have been him. It might have been something to do with the game. Anywho, I am going to head back inside. First of all, I need to build a door and put that on there. Everyone's now going to be able to access through. Yeah, Kieran can get through that side. Everyone will be able to put a door in their rooms and he's jammed that storage box. Yeah, there should be a load more coins. I'm just going to drop all of this stuff off. Get rid of the lot of it. Do have a pot plant there. Put that on there. There we go. Right, so 7 days to die. Back in it. We'll drop into this as and when people are about. If anyone is interested in joining us in the games on this, people that we know and played games with before, drop me a message in Discord and I'll give you the server details. You can come in and join in. You can either build with us or you can go off and build your own. PvP is enabled, but we're not actively killing each other. We just seem to kill each other if a hit's been put out on me. Yeah. No, that's all right. Freya, if further down the line you fancy playing this, when you've got a bit of time to spend doing this, you're more than welcome to come and join us. Well, last night took a turn for the worst. Mai was watching my stream and Kieran was streaming as well, and Mai paid Kieran in bits on his stream to kill me twice. Yeah, that he took a contract out against me, which was nice. Of course, I was completely unaware of this and just got shot in the back. Absolute traitor. Hi, Jumo. You've timed it just as I'm finishing up the stream for this, I'm afraid. I've had problems with the game all evening and I've managed to get them fixed, and about the last hour, well, it's been fixed and working. But yeah, I was just playing some of this with Doddy. I was on it with Kieran last night. We've set up a new server for the new version 2.0. There's no mods on it. It is just the vanilla game. We're not putting any mods or anything onto it yet. I need to message Kieran and find out if he was in the game earlier. I might have a look at the server stats and see if I can see if he's logged in, see if he's advanced the game a bit, because we're on to day 10 and I left it last night on day 3. I wonder if Kieran's went into the blood moon by himself. That's what it feels like he might have done. I shall find out. But yeah, I was playing some of this with Doddy. Yes, but I don't think we've got to it yet. There is... They've tinkered with the progression systems a bit, so it's all based on sort of like from version 1, where it was books and... Yeah, I'm going to exit out so I'm not wasting time on the server. Where it was like you learn from magazines and books and all that sort of stuff, and you skill up through that. There is a... What have they put in? So yeah, they've changed how the zones, the biomes work. So at the moment, if we were to go into a different biome, we would start to take health damage immediately. So the biomes are now tiered. So you will now need to progress to a certain level before you can go into the next biome and survive in it. So what this is sort of encouraging, as you're going into another biome, you're potentially going to be building another base in that biome. So you're going to be going from one base to another base to another base. So you're going to end up having multiple bases around the areas and in different biomes, which I think is quite a good way of getting people out and about on the map and moving around. But they've added in... Let's have a look. Hang on, let's have a look. Does it say in the news? Here we go. Oh yes, weather effects. So, what have they added? Oh, God's sake, hang on a second. I don't want you to see how old I really am, although I've probably mentioned it before. Keep scrolling down the years. There it is. Submit. And it says, you're too old to be playing games, you old fucker. Right. There's also Discord integration into it now. I think what it stops Jumo is people going in and previously being able to go into the biomes where there's better loot and like get quite high tier weapons and high tier armor and come back and use it in the lower tiers to basically just breeze through them. Right, so you know what? Let's just kill the audio for the game. I'm just going to kill the audio for the game at my end. And hang on a second. Let's just change my sound settings. Let me know if this is too loud. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so that's going to A. That should be going to A as well. Okay, right. So let's have a look and see what the...
Hey you folks, it's Echo here. I am excited to share all the new features coming to 7 Days to Die Storms Brewing. The world has changed with new biome challenges, deadly storms, and the need to push through the biomes to find the means for survival. New foes have arisen and...
What's the audio level like on that? Is that okay?
But you will also have updated skills and new masteries to aid your journey that will change how you build your character. Let's dive in with the world changes. If you're anything like me and you enjoy skipping the forest biome at the beginning of a run and you just head out to, the snow or other biomes to get better loot,
fair enough. You can hear it. That's all right then.
Across the biome threshold, you'll see an indicator on the bottom left telling you how much time you have before the environment starts to take its toll on you. The amount of time that you have will be relative to the biome that you're entering. So for the burnt biome, you're going to have 3 minutes, desert 2 minutes, snow 1 minute, and then finally the wasteland, you will only have 30 30 seconds before that kicks in.
There you
It's
go,
gonna
so
be
there's the
indicated
tiered
by
levels.
unlocking biome badges, which will give you a little bit more time in the next biome. As the clock ticks down, the visual indicators will become more and more pronounced. Once that timer is out, you're going to take 1 damage per second, and this will continue until you escape the biome, take mitigating actions, which I'll talk about in the progression, or there's the other option, but it's a little bit more messy. To survive
Death.
long term, each biome will have a set of 7 challenges that you'll have to complete to be able to achieve a biome badge. You'll have to do this in order for each of the biomes to progress, and each subsequent level of the biome badge allows you access to the biome's prior.
Yeah,
As a
it's
quick
environmental.
For the burnt forest biome, you'll need to wear any piece of non-primitive armor, harvest 5 mushrooms in the burnt biome.
Okay, so how that I think about that, I'm all right with that. It's sort of like you're not going to survive in this area unless you've got the survival skills to get it, to be able to survive. So you've got to learn to survive in the area, or else you're just going to die. That's how I interpret this anyway.
Craft yourself a burnt smoothie, and there will be a unique smoothie for each of the biomes. All these can be crafted in your inventory with pretty modest materials. Drinking one of these smoothies will allow you to overcome the challenges of the biome for a limited amount of time to extend your survival there. This will really help you out, as the next challenge is to harvest 500 nitrate powder in the burnt forest biome. The next challenge is to kill 5 burnt zombies, and I should note that you don't have to do these in order, so it's not really next. You'll need to loot 5 containers, and the easiest ones to find are on the ground are going to be the nests or just junk that you see laying about. Finally, you're going to just need to survive for 20 minutes in the burnt forest biome, and you'll do this naturally as you're completing the rest of the challenges. Once your challenges are complete, you'll get...
So you see, the burnt biome's a good example of this. I used to just skip ahead the burnt biome. We never spent any time at all in the burnt biome.
an indicator to head to your local trader, and then you'll be able to pick up your biome badge. After you hit complete, you'll get a screen telling you that you've unlocked the biome badge and that it will automatically install into your character screen. With
And you
the
can
biome
roam
badge in
freely.
place, you are now immune to most of the negative effects of the burnt biome, with the exception of storms, which we'll get to. So with these changes in place, you might be thinking, what if I just stay in the forest? Well, there's 2 good reasons why you're going to want to leave the forest. The first is that there's a loot cap on each biome. So if you're in the forest biome, your loot stage will be capped at 40, which is equivalent to kind of primitive type items. In the burnt forest, your loot stage cap will move up to 125, which is essentially tier 0s. In the desert, the loot stage will go to 165, which is tier 1. In the snow, it'll jump to 205, which is tier 2. And in the wasteland, there's essentially no cap, and it'll jump up to tier 3. As you unlock biome badges, it will give a modest boost to the loot stage of the previous biome. Beyond the loot cap differences, there's also going to be more of an affinity for certain types of ores and plants to be found in specific biomes. So in the forest, you'll have a higher chance for iron, as well as goldenrod, chrysanthemum, and cotton. In the burnt forest, you'll have potassium nitrate.
So yeah, on our previous playthroughs, we always got the better weapons pretty early on. I used to find like a pistol in the toilet somewhere quite early, and that was pretty good weapon for a lot of the early to mid sort of missions. Skip the primitive stuff altogether. Hardly used bow and arrows, clubs, basic axes, spears. You're now going to be forced to use that stuff. Spend more time in that primitive area.
In mushrooms. In the desert, you'll have shale, but you'll also have aloe as well as yucca. In the snow biome, you'll have coal and blueberries. And then finally, in the wasteland, you'll have lead as well as the new resource, radiated mushrooms. Now that you have the basics of biome survival, let's talk about the new storms entering 7 Days to Die. Once you're past day 1 in any biome other than the forest, you can experience a storm. As an indicator, you'll hear the air raid sirens, and then you'll see a message saying storm warning, seek shelter, with a countdown. When the countdown ends, you'll see one last grace period noted in the bottom left of your screen, and once that's over, you're going to start taking damage every 5 seconds. Both the grace period and the damage will be impacted by the biome that you're in. If you have the appropriate biome badge, you can go seek shelter in a building, and if not, you're pretty hosed and just need to flee the biome, because even if you go inside, you're still going to continue to take damage. One of my favorite things about the new storms is that they aren't just generic storms. You saw the flying cinders there in the burnt biome, and as you go to the different biomes, you're going to see that the graphics match the characteristics of the biome. If the storms or the biome progression doesn't sound like your cup of tea, the nice thing is that the Fun Pimps added in options in the basic menu for you to adjust those settings so you can play how you want. With every new
I need to
update,
make
now
sure
this
they're
game
switched on,
typically gets
actually.
an overhaul, and this one's no different. They've moved a lot of the tier 5 POIs into the wasteland. The biome maps have been updated to support support the new progression, and in line with that, they've updated trader locations, which will make them more accessible, similar to our random world gen map. In 2.0,
Yeah, it has.
we've got new zombies, updated zombie mechanics, and upgraded zombies. First up, we have a new addition to the snow biome, the Frostclaw. This gigantic blue-eyed yeti has a unique attack. Once it sees you, it will pull a boulder out of the ground and toss it at you wherever you are. The movement and animations are looking really sharp on this one. I also found out very quickly you don't want to go toe-to-toe with these in close combat if you can avoid it, as they definitely hit pretty hard. Fresh to the arid reaches of the desert, we also have the Plague Spitter. Similar to the Frostclaw, the Plague Spitter also has a unique ranged attack. When it sees you, it will rear back and spit out a plague of locusts at you. The locusts can be killed, but they will continue to hover around your head until you do so, while the Plague Spitter closes in. This can quickly become problematic when your attention gets split, you're trying to manage different zombies, the locusts, as well as the Plague Spitter in front of you. And oh my... Zombies can now easily crawl through 1 meter spaces, and this has a lot of implications both for
found this
base
out before.
design as well as POIs. I did a little bit of testing, and they can actually squeeze in less than 1 meter space, so you might want to check your old horde bases before you trust them. That's exactly what I did, so I loaded up my base the Switchback just to see how the fighting position held up against the zombies on just a day 7 horde, just to keep things simple, and there we go, they popped right on through, and I thought for a second maybe that's a fluke, and then all of them just started jumping right on through. Lesson learned, the old staples won't necessarily work in 2.0. I'm going to be putting together a video covering some of my concepts of how to approach this up above. In terms of POI design, this 1 meter crawl also means that they can put zombies into 1 meter spaces, and additionally they can have triggers to allow multiple zombies to crawl out of the same hole. This means both that we can have some good surprises as well as reduce performance hits by having zombies continuously pour out of different locations without having them all active on the map at one point. In the past, radiated zombies were the top of the food chain, but now we've got 2 new oncomers to the scene. On the left, you can see the new tier of infernal zombies, and on the right, the blue charge zombies. While both variants will have increased health and damage, they also have
so this
some
2.0 update has put quite a lot in it.
Zombies are going to be more of your tanky zombies. Think of Big Mama, the Hawaiian, Cops, etc. They will do additional block damage, so those are the ones you're going to really want to watch out for on Horde Night. The blue charge zombies are going to be more of your nimble type. Think Arlene, the party girl, or Steve. And then you're going to have the largest chunk of zombies, which can be either infernal or charged. Now, the next question you're probably asking yourself is, when are these going to start showing up? Well, before 100 game stage, you won't see them. Once you cross that threshold, there will be a 10% of the selected zombie to be one of the types, whether infernal or charged, which is available. As your game stage increases, so will the percentage chance for the charged and infernal to spawn, going all the way up to 100% at 1500 game stage. One other thing to note is that both of these variants will have updated movement patterns, so you might be in for a few surprises. 2.0 brought a lot of great changes to the attributes and perks in 7 Days to Die. I won't cover everything, but I'll try to hit the highlights. First off, let's start with Perception. On the left side, we got the 1.0 perks, and on the right, the 2.0. Lucky Looter has been removed from Perception and is now in a General Perks tab. On the 2.0 side, you'll see 4 perks that are highlighted in yellow. These are carryover 1.0 perks that previously had less than 5 levels, which have all been updated to have 5 levels now. This will be a common theme that you see in all the 2.0 perks, that they'll all have 5 levels with the exception of the General tab. For some of the perks, it feels like their value was watered down because they got spread from, say, 3 to 5 levels, but for other ones, they added in some nice new benefits for that 4th and 5th level. Moving on, in each of the attributes, you're going to have a mastery. So for Perception Mastery, you're going to have 5 brand new perks. To get access to these, you're going to have level 6 in that attribute to get level 1 of the mastery, 7 to get 2, 8 to get 3, 9 to get 4, and then 10 to get 5. It takes dedication to the attribute, but the payoff is huge. You can see here for Perception, the first 2 levels gives you additional harvesting capabilities, but then we get into combat with spear and rifle primary attacks causing bleed, additional spear power attack when sprinting, and then finally the pinnacle one here, plus 50% damage with rifles. I've never been a rifle fan in 7 Days to Die, but this just might change my mind. So that's your first mastery that we're going to get into. I'll cover all the rest in a minute. Before we go off of Perception, though, I want to talk about Treasure Hunter, because it got a very interesting overhaul. In addition to what this perk did prior, the first 2 levels get plus 50% damage to dirt and
quite a lot of stuff that changed on this.
Respectively. That is not just when you're doing buried supplies, that is all the time. And it just continues to get better with the top tier of it adding extra weapons, armor, and rare items to buried chests. So who knows, buried supplies could be the new meta. In the strength tree, the heavy armor and master chef perk have been moved over to the general tab. We've got a new skill called Grand Slam, which gives a percentage chance to ragdoll enemies when doing sprinting power attacks with clubs, bats, and sledgehammers. Big and Fast, which increases your attack speed with strength-based weapons, went from 3 to 5 levels. And next we have Pack Mule, which has easily gone from F tier to S tier. In addition to helping you carry more, this has become perhaps the most damage mitigating perk in the game. Each level in a Pack Mule gives you a 10% chance to absorb all damage when hit, up to essentially 50% damage mitigation at level 5. It has no impact to critical injuries like sprains or breaks, but otherwise is
Wait a second, I've still got the game running. I don't need to have the game running. Oh, okay.
probably the best you're going to
Just
get
leave
for
it.
stopping damage. Next, I'm going to
This
skip over
video's
Strength
playing through the
Mastery and
game
cover
menu,
Junk
so
Miner first.
I can't
This new
close it
perk is
down.
going to increase your harvesting of mining junk such as cloth and plastic. It'll give you 20% per level, up to a total of 100% increase. Now let's jump back up to Strength Mastery. The first level is faster critical injury heal when holding a mining tool. Not that useful. The second one is kind of nice. It gives you an additional way to gather brass. The third level of this isn't really that usable because you're never going to use pickaxes or shovels as weapons because they don't have associated perks with them. But the fourth and fifth levels are amazing. Headshots with clubs or sledgehammers have an additional 50% chance to dismember enemies at level 4. And then finally at level 5, kills with strength-based weapons grant 50% damage resistance.
Okay, so the rest of this video seems to just talk about Fortitude perk, the Agility, the Intelligence perks, General perks, Cosmetic Wardrobe, Forests and Trees. What they've done with the Forests and Trees?
The Nerd Armor. Next, we have a number of environmental and graphical updates. Some of these are things we've been long waiting for. The first of which, you'll notice that the trees in the forest are more spread out and that you'll see plants, things like that, in little patches here and there. It just gives it more of an organic feel. Also, you'll notice across all the biomes that the tree models have gotten an overhaul. In general, with this update, those who enjoy the outdoors are going to find a lot more to explore. There are just shy of 100 new wilderness POIs, and they span from caves to all kinds of other little tucked away
cool.
hidden gems. And probably my favorite part about all of these is that they had unique level design, things that I had never seen before. You'll see some updates to the burnt forest. The idea is that this is years after the bomb had gone off, and so the forest is starting to regrow itself, so you see these little patches of green growing throughout. Another nice shift that you'll see both in the burnt forest as well as the wasteland. Previously, you'd have houses and POIs that felt like they were just kind of plopped randomly on the map. Now they have connecting roads that lead up to them all into these really neat little burnt out places like this that just feel like more logical remnants of the bombing. One really nice quality of life thing in the wasteland is that they have removed the mass quantity of cinder blocks so that you can drive a little bit more safely here. Hey you got any of those brown paper bags? I'm so friggin' hungry. I need a brown paper bag. Just kidding. We've got Hobo Stew here has been redone. A number of the foods are now in actual graphical format when they're in your hand.
Not
Fish,
all of
steak, and
them.
potatoes. The number of the drinks are updated, so we've got yucca juice, we've got goldenrod tea, red tea, water. And then moving on from there, the cans all got a redo. So here is what your can of tuna looks like. Then we have our can of sham. You can see kind of the ingredients and the health.
The
stuff on
animation for
back.
eating
Here's
out of
a
it's
can meat
improved,
soup
but
that you can check out.
Yeah.
But there are some
I think they're about to mention this. There are some foods that are basically just a brown parcel wrapped in string.
that weren't completely redone. So you're going to see some instances like the blueberry pie.
Yeah.
It's going to show up as this little parcel. So we got a number of things fixed in terms of what our food items look like, so you don't always have to, chew on a brown paper bag.
I imagine
Additionally,
that's
there's
going to be changed.
animations that go with these.
I
So if
imagine
I'm
that we'll
eating
eventually load in
my hobo stew, I kind of make it to my mouth. I mostly smear it on my chest.
the rest
but,
of the
it's
icons.
a lot better than we were at before. These all look nice and good. So for the cans, when you go to eat them, you will also see there's a new animation. You'll pop the can open and then pour the can down your gullet. They've got shiny new icons for all the cans, as well as most of the drinks in the game. And then finally, we have updated animations for both the skills, including the painkillers and the vitamins and the antibiotics. You can say bye to the old quest markers. We've got these fancy new ones that look like makeshift mechanical beacons. Each type of quest will have an associated flag with it. And then the other really nice thing is if you're playing multiplayer and you have more than one player that has a quest for that POI, it'll show all the different flags for the types of quests that are available for that group. With every update, we get a handful of new POIs, and this one is no different. Based on my quick counts, it looks like we have right around 25 new questable POIs, but the real story here is the 150-ish non-questable POIs.
Ooh.
You'll see these in the form of wilderness fillers and remnants and all kinds of other pieces that make the world feel a little bit more real. So look forward to adventures in a lot of new locations. Speaking of looking forward, I am
Ooh.
thrilled to jump into these 2 new tier 5s I'm going to show off here. Here's hybrid mining. This thing is humongous. Also, for both of these 2 tier 5s, these would make excellent base takeovers for a massive compound, especially in a multiplayer type setup if you were willing to sacrifice a tier 5 POI just to have a huge head start. The second tier 5 we have to show off is Korea Rockworks. Much like the hybrid mining POI, this one is extremely extensive. It's got, I think, 3 or 4 different
Love to
tiered
take
layers
control of
to
one of
it,
these
all of which
POIs,
has
turn it into a
different doors
base.
and entrances. It looks like some of the pathing goes along the mineral processing lanes, but overall this looks like an extremely challenging and fun POI, and I think much like hybrid mining, it's got huge potential for base takeover, but you gotta be pretty ambitious. Finally, let's talk about some multiplayer enhancements for crossplay. The first update here brings back memories of my first experience with 7 Days to Die, and that was that I was playing with a bunch of friends in a LAN day, and we spawned across the world, and we spent the first 2 or 3 hours of the game dying just trying to get to each other. Now when you join on to a server or someone's game, you will have the option of spawning near a player, making it much easier to get started. As of 2.0, 7 Days to Die will have Discord integration across all platforms. You can link your Discord account, send and receive messages, invite friends, and chat either in global or party channels without ever leaving the game. Additionally, you'll be able to see your friends' in-game status and manage both Discord and game friends directly from the UI. Lastly, in multiplayer, the Fun Pimps have crossplay on dedicated servers working on all platforms and have passed the first round of certification. If certification approvals go well, we hope to see dedicated crossplay servers on stable release. In terms of performance, 2.0 really surprised me. You can check out the patch notes for all the changes made, but I'm going to focus on my experience. It's always hard to compare performance across different rigs, and I'm running a high-end setup, but I can tell you that even on my PC in the past, I have struggled in the city and especially during Horde Night. 1.0 was a solid jump up, but this is the first time that I've really seen 60 frames per second with the settings cranked up, and to the point that honestly, I hadn't even turned on the FPS meter until recording this because all my recording thus far, I haven't had an issue with frames. Along those lines, I have to give credit to the Fun Pimps, as this has been the most stable experimental that I've seen. After 2 playthroughs to day 10 and about 500 gigs of footage to make this video,
Good, it's had
we've
some
no
optimization
crashes
done on
and
it.
no major bugs. Hey folks, it's Echo here. I'm excited for Storms Brewing and can't wait to see how you all take on the new challenges in front of us. I've got a ton of content deep diving into all the stuff we talked about in this video, so follow along, drop a sub and stuff like that. As always, a huge thanks to these amazing supporters over here. I will see everyone in the streams and the videos to come. See you soon. Cheers.
Okay. Well, no, I wanted to see it as well because I wasn't familiar with what had been brought into the game as well. So it's good for me to see what actually has been brought into the game. So that's helped me. I need to do some work on this bloody server because Kieran's saying that he hasn't been in the game, but it's gone forward 7 days. So I need to find out what the hell that's all about. Let's see if we can reset it back to day 3 or day 4 if possible. I'm gonna have a look on the server, see what I can find out. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go and do that now, mess about with the server. I will be back tomorrow to do some Enshrouded at 8 PM ish. The rest of them, Sal, I don't know if Chaos is back yet. I haven't heard anything from him, but Sal, Freya, I presume, Dan, maybe Cody, not too sure, will be. He still doesn't have a motherboard. I'm sure he's got spares. I'm sure he had one of Dotty's spares, but it might not be the right motherboard for his CPU. It's almost. It is now. It is Sunday. Yeah, it's 12:05. I'll be watching the Grand Prix tomorrow afternoon with the boys, so I won't be doing streams about tomorrow afternoon. He did have a spare one from Doddy a while ago, and I don't know if I don't think he returned it. He gave the impression the other night that he was going to be online to do some Rocket League or something with us, and we never heard anything back from him, so I don't know if he got something temporary, something temporary put up. I doubt it. It'll be nice to see if he has, so he can at least join in. He doesn't have to worry about hosting it, so he can just need to jump on and play. Yeah, I'll make sure that the server's up and working before 8 o'clock tomorrow. The boy might do a stream tomorrow afternoon after the Grand Prix. Don't know what. He might end up doing some Mario Kart. Probably hasn't thought of that at all. I'll drop him a message tomorrow, see if he's about while the Grand Prix on, because I know we'll get his attention then. Right, I'm going to go and do some server stuff, find out why on earth this has jumped like 7 days, and see if we can knock it back 7 days by any chance. Yeah, until then though, have a cracking Sunday, folks, and we shall see you tomorrow. Goodbye and good night.